I was gonna watch it, stay up and watch it, but I went to bed. I was like, oh no, too tired.
Oh, it was like what? It was like
I would have joined you.
12:30 until 4 a.m. or something.
Yeah, I
Y'all are
was.
crazy.
I did intend to stay up, but then I was like, no, just kill me now and
It's too
send me to
much.
bed.
It's too much.
I watched some of it, not a lot of it, but
Did you intend to watch it, or did you just stay up because like you were awake?
I was up until it sort of started, and then I was just sort of like, "This is entertaining." I kept watching.
And then you passed out at some point around Destiny 2 or something.
So about then, yeah.
All the bombastic lasers and shit just like knock you out.
It wasn't. I didn't think the pace was pretty good this year. I felt like there wasn't loads of like really long interviews or like
Except for the
skits
God
that
of War
didn't go
speech.
anywhere or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily they got the God of War speech out of the way quite early, but
We were just talking about how unbelievably long that speech was. I think it's like a 9-minute long speech or something. Even Geoff Keighley starts making jokes about how he wants everyone to get more Steam Decks.
was it? Yeah.
Did they not start playing like the? I thought at award shows they would play music when it's gone on for too long.
But
No.
yeah, but that's like the award they're giving away.
Was
They're
he-
not gonna cut off Christopher Judge, are they?
Was he like, oh, they're giving me background music? Let me keep going.
Yeah. Oh god, the hook is coming on from the side of the stage. Yeah, the hook that comes and just like grabs you by the neck and just pulls you off.
No, I did think it was funny how there were a couple of awards that were they were like Geoff Keighley just read them out, like he didn't even give a fuck.
Yeah,
and it was like we gotta, like best OST has to make way for Christopher Judge and his acceptance speech.
Best soundtrack for an indie mobile game goes to fucking
who cares?
Yeah, Clash of Clans. Congratulations. You had a whole bunch of people. You had like what's his name, Doug Bowser, which is the best name ever for a CEO of Nintendo, by the way.
Bowser was that. Reggie was there. They made a joke about him being a murderer.
Did you see?
That was pretty funny.
Did you see? There was a bit right at the start. Excuse me, where they were like, Geoff was like, look who's here, everybody. Look, we got all these people. You got like blah 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 blah, and they mentioned Phil Spencer. And the camera goes to Phil Spencer, and he looks unbelievably pissed off.
No, I didn't see that.
It's right at the start. I'll find the clip and send it to you. But it's like, look, we got Christopher Judge. He's like all happy, and it's like, oh yeah, we got Hideo Kojima, blah, blah, blah. And it's like we got Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, and he just looks pissed. He's like,
I think he was pissed because they didn't have anything to show this year.
Oh, that was another conversation piece, which is like where is anything Xbox?
It felt very Sony sponsored, this event, didn't it? I don't know if they're saving it for their own event or something, but
you had
Microsoft.
one weird Bayonetta game from Nintendo, and that was about it for Nintendo as well, to be fair. You had the Mario movie. Anyway, there's so much like Game Awards news. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's get started. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Game FourCast, weekly gaming podcast where we get together and chat about all the gaming news and what we've been playing for the week. My name is Josh, aka BottlerWorks, and I'm here with Olive Meister Will making clanging banging noises.
Sorry, I had a cup on my desk. Hello, my name is Olive Meister and/or Will. I'm here.
And Steve.
Hi, my name is Steve. Hot girl summer is over, so now it's time for cold boy winter, which I am nailing.
And Sam. Anna.
I'm also very cold.
Steve's intro is getting funnier, or I just like getting some kind of weird Stockholm syndrome?
You're just
both.
Bit of both. Have you guys had? Speaking of the cold, have you guys had snow today? We had an absolute blizzard today.
No, we didn't have snow.
We had a little bit. It was. You looked outside the window; it was white.
No, we've had it was all settling,
the neighborhood.
proper Christmas weather today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Which I don't think we haven't had that in this area for I think in like over 7-8 years.
No, yeah, geographically we don't live that far away, but I guess you're a little bit more. Yes, I don't know. Ours was miserable and wet and cold. That was it today.
Yeah, you can hear in everyone's voice how it's now like colder and darker My voice is a bit weird because I'm sick again. It's going to be really interesting, right? Because as soon as this podcast hits 52 weeks, I'm going to quickly scan through every single episode and see how many times I was sick throughout the year.
Let's get some stats. Who was the sickest?
Yeah. I think I think it's me. I do think it's me. I feel like
I think the only person who skips an episode was you once, Will, right?
Not because of illness. I think it was busy.
Because I didn't want to. Yeah.
Oh, I really can't be fucked tonight. Yeah, I think I've been sick like 4 times this year. Like not major illness, but like just ill all the time. Fucking annoying. Anyway, that's boring. That's not video games. What have you been playing this week, Sam?
I have been playing Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Oh, I got it ready. Look at that.
Yeah. This game is great and borderline fantastic.
Oh,
really?
Obviously, coming from a Marvel standpoint, I do get a little bit more out of it because I'm invested in all the characters.
Yeah.
Bar the main character, which is you. It's like your original character is in the story, and you're not like in this. It's not like your original character. It's more like you are choosing the path for which this character goes down, right?
Okay.
I guess
sorry, I don't mean to jump in, but do you pick their power? Are you making do you want to be a Cyclops or
are you a Silver Surfer?
Are do they have predefined powers, or are you making what you want to be?
No, they are predefined powers.
Oh,
right. Okay.
It's like
that's disappointing.
This is a bad example, but Commander Shepard in Mass Effect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You choose whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, right? You choose whether he's this or that, but you have no control over the fact that you are always Commander Shepard, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's what it's like in this. You choose your deck and you choose whether you want to go towards the light or balance or dark, blah blah blah. But you are always the hunter. You are always the centerpiece of the story.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine, by the way. I would arguably say you could play this game, completely skip every cutscene and ignore the story, and still have a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Because the gameplay is just on point.
Okay.
It's like, what if we made XCOM, but just let you just fucking play it and not have to worry about spending 7 turns getting into position and you just got flanked and crit and now one of your guys is dead. It's like, nah man, just have Spider-Man and he wraps people up in webs and then someone else hits him and they're gone. Good job.
Yeah, it's like it's like diorama fights, isn't it? Doesn't it just spawn you in like a big square against a few enemies and it's like just go for it?
There's no cover, but there is terrain that you can use to push people into or throw at people. There's environment stuff, but you don't have to worry about constantly being in cover, and it's very clear. Everything is I want to say no fog of war. Everything is perfect knowledge. In the sense that you can see, I've got 6 enemies, 4 of them are hitting Spider-Man, 2 of them are hitting me, none of them are hitting my third character, for example.
Yeah.
So I know, maybe I should get that 4 guys hitting Spider-Man down to 2, because I don't want Spider-Man to take a lot of damage all at once, right?
He can take it.
So, yeah, he probably could. But because you have that perfect knowledge, suddenly there is now strategy when originally it's a very simple design.
Right.
You have a hand of 6 cards, you play 3 cards a turn, and that's your 3 moves. But now, there's so many keywords, in all card games. Taunt is whenever you hit someone, that person's now hitting you on their turn.
Right.
And then the one that I use a lot of is called Quick, which is if you kill a guy with a quick card, you refund your card play so you can play another card.
This sounds like a card game, Sam.
It is a card game, but it's XCOM.
I was gonna say between this and Rabbids, it seems like this is like it's XCOM like for beginners, but like this seems more Rabbids seems more closer to XCOM, and this seems more card.
Yeah, this is XCOM in its loosest term, in the sense that you have guys and they have guys, and you're in a arena. As far as it goes, because you've not got cover, right? Your guys have HP, their guys have HP. Like, that's kind of where the similarities end.
I like that though, because again, it's funny.
It's fantastic.
It's funny Steve mentions Rabbids, because it's a very similar comparison where it's kind of like you have a game like XCOM or whatever that can have all these different mechanics and different strategies and but when you strip things back to their most basic elements and then see how far you can take those individual elements to really like push it out, which I thought Rabbids did. It sounds like this might do it a little bit, where it's like, it's like XCOM, but it's just a simple arena. But look at all these things you can do in this simple arena.
The best thing is all the cards that you play are all based on the heroes that you brought to the mission. And there is no overlap in cards. Every single character has their own deck of unique cards built around to do like that character's gimmick.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really want to describe one as an example because it's a little bit spoilers. But everyone has a passive and an ability, and it kind of affects like the way that, like, if you play to their strengths, you'll get more out of them.
Right.
But at the same time, you can just go like harder. Like, I've got Blade, right? He's a vampire. He bites people. He has a lot of life steal and a lots of bleeds, right?
Makes sense.
Very vampire-esque things.
Yeah.
But he also just has a gun and a sword, and I just have him shoot people. And like works just as fine. Because he's got one move that like chains like 3 times, so you can have him hit one target 3 times or 3 different targets. So it's just really versatile and like, I'll kill 3 weak dudes. Because in this, like, enemies are graded between minions, which have 1 health.
Right.
If they get breathed on, they die.
Yeah.
But they're the fodder, right?
Yeah.
And then you normally have anywhere between like 1 or 4 characters that actually have a health pool, and it's like, okay, I need to hit that guy hard, or this is where I need to start using the keywords, stun, taunt, stuff like that. And then there are other mobs as well, and that's very spoiler town, so we won't bring them up. But it's just very cool how every character is very unique.
Yeah.
And then you start getting that little bit of what's it called? That little bit of like cooperation, where you get one character who's very I don't want to say mana heavy. So in this system, whenever you play a card, you can see here, it has that card knee strike. If you're looking, it's a +1 in the bottom left. And that means essentially you're getting +1 mana. It's not called mana. I'm just calling it mana because I'm pretty sure 99% of people here will know what that means. And then you have some cards in the top left that have a mana cost.
Oh, so you have like setup cards and payoff cards.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
cool. And some characters are better at building, and some characters are better at spending.
Yeah.
And I've got one character who's got an ability of just like, all of your spenders just cost 0 this turn. Also, draw 1 from your deck. And unlike, you then take a character which just has like a ton of these really fucking awesome spenders, and it's like my favorite combo at the moment. It's just gone, I wonder how hard I can pop off in one turn.
You should have a big yeah.
Okay, so our characters individually, so you look at like Iron Man or whatever, are their decks quite diverse, or does each character have like, I was gonna say, does each character have like a very clear game plan where it's like, here's Spider-Man, for example, his job is to jump from enemy to enemy and then do like a big move, and that's like where you want him to, that's what you want him to be doing? Or is it like
so
Yeah.
It normally not through their basic attacking cards, but from their support cards and their mana spending cards is where you see their like uniqueness.
Yeah.
A lot of characters have like quick or knockback or stuff like similar keywords that goes across them. Those aren't unique.
Yeah.
But suddenly you start getting like Iron Man attacks X times, where X is the amount of Iron Man cards in your hand.
Right. Okay,
and then Spider-Man will be like, just stun someone and they take double damage for the rest of their turn because they're all webbed up. They can't do anything. And like you start to see like, oh, okay, this guy, yes, he's got some damaging moves, but he is a little bit more on the supporty side.
Yeah.
And there's to see like what direction they're going in. But you can literally just be like, harder damage. I don't care what you think I should be building. I want Spider-Man to do damage.
Yeah.
Completely fine. Completely fine.
Is this game? This is 100% like a story game, right? There's no like end game. There's no like PvP at all, right?
I would assume. I mean, I haven't got there, but I don't think there's. I think there's a new game plus. Maybe. I don't think there's any PvP. That could be quite cool.
So, would you say that this game, because like it's 50 quid? Would you say it's like worth the cost so far? Are you like getting that much enjoyment out of it?
As I said, I think this game is borderline fantastic.
I was going to say, yeah, man loves it.
I'm 27 hours in.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know how far in I am. I'll be honest, I don't feel like I'm anywhere close to the end. Because it's the other thing is, outside of combat, which is obviously combat's a very big thing, you have your base of operations, and there is this like exploration side of the game that goes on there.
The dating visual novel part of the game.
Well, that's another bit. There's a full-on like exploration, like you leave your base kind of and just go out and explore things.
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
It's completely optional.
That's not in like any promo material that I've seen. That's weird.
It's fan like because the first thing I did is I spent 2 hours going around picking ingredients, learning new spells to use while exploring.
Picking ingredients.
Yeah, I'm picking up ingredients, and then I didn't even get the crafting pot like thing till like 10 hours down the line.
This is like I felt like I knew what this game was in its entirety.
I still don't know what this game is.
I mean, this entire exploration bit is completely optional. You don't have to interact with it, and it has no impact on the story. But it's just there, and you can just go and have fun. And there's tons of like lore bits and like faded journals, and you can just go and see like, oh, you know, this happened X many years ago and stuff like that.
You've unlocked Spider-Man's origin story. Oh, fucking not again.
I was going to say, are you exploring... Is this like you're walking around like... Oh, fuck me. Like the X-Men mansion or something? Or is this just new stuff just for this game?
It's new stuff just for this game. There's a lot of callbacks. I don't... Like, this seems to be like its own Marvel universe. It's not a universe we've seen in any form of like media whatsoever, because everyone gets mentioned under the sun.
I like that though. It's like, here's all the characters you know, but just get fucking weird with it for this one game.
Yeah.
Well, so you speak to Spider-Man, and he lists off all of these villains, but it clearly is clear as like, oh yeah, well we don't kill villains.
Yeah.
They just keep getting away. But it's great because it's also got that not weird, but that like friendship. You call it dating sim, it's not, but you got this like friendship thing where you can give people gifts and hang out with them, and it goes up, and then as it gets higher, you get combos that you can do in combat and stuff, so it does actually affect combat, but not really too much.
Yeah.
It kind of just goes up naturally. I've not really interacted with it too much. But
so you can skip
yeah.
Because we were making fun of the Blade yoga session last week, but you can just skip all of that. Or not skip it, but just like
you can
fast track through it. Yeah, okay.
You could literally just play this entire game as a card game XCOM. and it'll be perfectly fine. I'm really enjoying the exploration. I've got to wait for a character to figure something out, and I don't know if quote unquote figuring something out is I need to hit a certain story checkpoint or just do like 10 missions, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm waiting on you, bud. I want to see where this goes.
I think it's worth just bringing attention to the point how it's like, at least to me, it's so, when you actually sit down and think about it and list what this game is and what's in it, I'm really shocked this game actually exists. It's such a weird, bizarre amalgamation of so many different things. Like, it's like Swagger just said in chat how it's like multiple games in one production. It's like they had like a whole different bunch of like handful of devs in their studio. One's made like a mini XCOM project for mobile. Not saying this is a mobile game, but like, just, little arena, you do some combat. Another guy's like, oh, I've prototyped like a crafting system and stuff. And then another guy runs in and says, oh my god, we've got the Marvel license. And it's just like, put them in a pot. Like,
here's how I think what it does works is because it's gone, we are a card-based combat game. Everything else optional. You can shove whatever you like in it, but it is optional. You do not put it in front of the player whatsoever, because that's what the game does.
Yeah.
It kind of just been like, go. Feel free to go have a little, walk around during nighttime, and then you walk around and you find stuff, and then you keep going. But you don't have to. The same as you don't have to build up your relationship with your friends. You can just go mission.
But it's also weird as well because it seemed like we spoke about it before this game was out, during the promotional material. It seems like that was the one main thing they were trying to hide. Not hide, but like, it's just like
the promotion for this game was crazy.
All the promotion for this game up to a point was CG cutscenes of Marvel characters fighting.
Yeah.
And then the card game bit you had to like dig for in screenshot 17 of 18 on the Steam page was the one screenshot of like the card system. And now you get into the game and you say like, nah, these fucking cards got you here now. Now we're going to bombard you with cards.
Don't you think it's weird though? Like, this is Sam's saying this is a fantastic game. Like, this is a slam dunk. But how long has the MCU been a thing? And we've had like no good games from Marvel so far. This is their first good one. Is a card game.
From what I can tell, this is the second good one.
Yeah,
the first Spider-Man. One being the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man on PS4.
Oh, yeah. Is that Marvel or is that Sony?
That's Sony, isn't it?
I think it's... you know what I mean, fuck.
What I'm trying to say is like this,
Yeah.
Like, Guardians of the Galaxy got very high praise. And a lot of people I've seen are being like, well, Guardians of the Galaxy is good, and this is the next game since then.
Yeah.
Why do people think it'll be bad? And everyone else being like, because it's Marvel.
Yeah.
They haven't had a great track record, have they? Yeah.
It's the Star Wars problem as well, where Star Wars being, again, one of the biggest IPs on the planet, for some reason, took a really long time for them to start making decent Star Wars games again. I thought there was
for you.
There was a really long gap of either no Star Wars games or just really shit Star Wars games. And it's like, what are you doing? Yeah. This is like a $1 billion IP. It's crazy. And only now are we getting like, the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor and this and that. It's like, okay, they're actually using the IP for good games now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
this game, I know it's 50 quid. I know that's a hard sell to some people, but this game is fantastic. And if you can play it, do. If you're not that into Marvel, then just play it for the game. Ignore all the story bits.
Do you think it's good enough as a game on its own without the Marvel IP, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. This card-based style, like deck building combat thing, is some of the simplest and best combat and like gameplay I've played ever.
Card building games are, at least I feel like they're more of a safe bet these days than they used to be. You know what I mean? It used to be a time where it's like, cards? Fuck no, that's for the nerds over there. But now
we live in a post Slay the Spire world. Don't we?
We're still definitely in like the deck building boom, right? Era.
Well,
like
kids are watching
dry
Pokemon
just
cards on YouTube and shit now, and they watch all the card pack openings and stuff. It's like, I feel like card stuff in general is just on the rise again. I feel like
cards. The year of 2023, year of the card. That's what we're going into.
It's the heart of the card.
It was year of the rabbit, isn't it?
Same thing. Same thing.
So yeah, we'll put a bow on this unless you've got something else to end it off with, Sam.
No, it's just this game. This game's fantastic. The only thing that can be egregious, and I would say just ignore it. It does have a season pass for like future DLC and all of that. But like, just ignore it if you're just going to play the game. You don't need to interact with it.
Yeah. What's in the seat? What would you even? Is it just? I don't know.
Maybe
I had like a DLC, and it's got like tons of cosmetics, and you can also buy like currency to buy more cosmetics that you can only get by buying that currency.
Great.
Like, I don't like that bit.
Yeah,
but, like I get it. Like
it's weird. We're in a bit where we're in the state of games where your single player RPG has a season pass and microtransactions. It's like, why?
It's just that's the era we're in. I don't like it. But again, you can ignore it, and I love when that is just an option of we are never going to put this in front of you. If you don't want it, it doesn't exist to you. Ignore it. And it's the best way to out of a bad situation.
What's your best character, Sam? Who's your favorite character?
It's hard. I think it's Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, nice.
Him of all people.
That's cheating because he's too cool.
But that's the thing. Like Ghost Rider's cool, but like when you talk with the actual character, because there's Ghost Rider, which is the spirit of vengeance.
Hi guys.
And then there's the human being. It's like, again, you get that like duality, and because I'm a Marvel fan, I love all of that. Like, I love that in this game you have Iron Man and Tony Stark, and they are, because they need to be, sometimes two different people.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark is an absolute wimp, and I love it.
Was it Nick Cage? Was Ghost Rider in the movie?
Yeah.
Would you buy the season pass if it came with a Nick Cage Ghost Rider skin?
Of course. I don't even know the game.
The skins actually look really cool, but no, I love the current Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Okay,
his whole thing is he uses his own health to deal damage, and it's just hardcore.
I have to ask, because the only time I've seen single player games have like purchasable skins, it's often like beachwear skins.
That's just because the games you play, Steve.
No, these are like full-on combat suits.
Okay, no, I was just asking because single player games, oftentimes, if they're doing like paid DLC skins, it's often booby skins. Basically.
Oh, I hate it here.
I was just asking.
Yeah, you can get a booby skin for Iron Man. Is that what you want to hear, Steve?
No, I want it for the Hulk.
He's already topless. Why am I indulging this? Fucking move on. All right then. Well then, what have you been playing, Steve?
I have been playing DKO, which is Divine Knockout, the Smite. The Smite fighting game.
For anyone that remembers, this was the game where we were like, why the fuck did they not call it anything other than Divine Knockout?
Yeah,
because it's the worst name ever for what it is.
And it also, we all presumed it would be free. It also turned out to not be free, right?
It costs £21, but it is having a free weekend, which is why I've been playing it.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, they ain't getting me. But
on a scale of 1 to 10, how Smash Bros is this?
Probably like a 4 or a 5.
Also, not very Smash Bros then.
No. This game, when you first load it up, you have to do the tutorial, which the tutorial, to give them credit, very good for what it is. You get 4 characters out of the 10 that are in this game right now, and you basically, there's only one mode available to you, which is the 3v3 mode. To unlock the 2v2 mode, you need to win 5 matches, and to unlock the 1v1 mode, you need to win 7 matches. But they are listed as hardcore. This game is basically it's kind of Smash Bros, but on a 3D plane.
Yeah.
It's very basic, but still enjoyable. Your left click on your mouse button is your light attack, which you can chain a few times. Your right click is your heavy attack, which you can hold down to smash them for launch them further distance. Your Q ability is your movement ability. Oftentimes, it's something to like if they're knocking you off, something to get you back onto the stage. Your W, not your W, sorry, your E and R abilities are just abilities, that the god will have. Because this is based off Smite, by the way, so it's all gods. And your F ability is your ultimate, which charges when you are hit or you hit them. And it's kind of just like stupid fun. It's one of those games where like I play it and I'm a god at it. Until like the last match that I played, where it's like, oh, okay, still won it, but it was a little bit more even. It's a weird one. There's no items like in Smash, and there's rather than having like it just be like an arena fighter, there is several different game modes. So of course there's like the knockout one where you have to get like 7 like kills, I think, on the other team, or however many people you're playing against. There's also like a King of the Hill one where there'll be like a crown, and if you hit someone, the crown knocks off. So it is very chaotic, especially in the 3v3 mode. There is that's the crown one. There's also one where there's like points where you have to hold them, and you're trying to basically knock the other team out of these like little circles to keep them busy, so you can get the points. And there's also like a coin one. Which is where there are coins and then you have to get them and deposit them in the chest, and it's a lot of silly fun. I would not recommend buying this game though.
It just looks like a mobile game, man. Is it on mobile?
I don't know. I only played it on Steam because it was free to play for this weekend. It's fun for like if you can get it for free. Would recommend. It's like a little bit of silly fun, but yeah, it's definitely not worth 20 quid, whatever they're charging.
It feels like, and there's a handful of games like this where they come out and it just feels like this will hold a player base of like 500 like players for like a year, and then it will just be sunset.
Yeah,
because I assume it's also got like battle passes and skins. And
at the moment there's no battle pass. You gain gods by like, I think if you win as you win matches you gain like points, and when you get to like 10 or something you gain a token to buy a god. And as I said, there's like you get 4 at the start, there's 10 gods in all, and so I feel like earning the gods is fine. There is a skin shop, and it does annoy me that there's like a Tim the Tatman skin already, and I'm like, why? Why is there?
You've got like
Tim the Tatman
God of the Wind, and Tim the Tatman.
He won't even play this game. He will never touch this game.
That's so weird.
There are skins, but it's not like, again, you just play this game. I haven't seen a single person with a skin so far. Did you know that
you're in this, Will? You've got a skin. Did you know that?
I've got a skin in this?
You've got a skin. Yeah, you're in this game.
Nice.
You should get the check in the post.
Am I that guy? Am I that blue guy getting punted off the screen?
Yeah, that's you. He just the whole aesthetic just screams Olive Meister.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
There are like a bunch of maps in this, but then there's also like stage hazards, which for Smash players hate stage hazards at all. But in this game, it's a little bit more fun. Where it's on the 3D plane, I feel like you can avoid them.
If Smash Bros players hate fun, full stop. So
I was gonna say that.
I wouldn't judge what they like based on how you should make your game.
Yeah.
Why have they released a fighting game based on a free-to-play MOBA, but this is not free. That seems completely
mind-baffling,
bizarre to me.
And there's a founders pack where you can purchase it and you gain like 4 gods, and I'm not sure if maybe like the wording is weird on this.
Wait, I thought you buy the game anyway.
I'm not sure. Like,
wait, are you buying your way in and then you have to unlock?
I don't know. Maybe the founders pack is only for this one because I checked my stats and I was
it's
like,
free to keep right now. It's not free
it?
to play. It's free to keep. Come on, Steve.
Well, it said before 21 quid, so
yeah.
So if you're interested, go and get it now. I mean,
actually,
you'll have missed it if you're watching this, if you're listening to this by the time it goes up. But
no, offer ends Wednesday. This will still be free to keep if you listen to this when the podcast comes out.
Oh, there you go.
If anything in Steve's really enthusiastic pitch of this game.
I said it's a little bit of fun if it's free.
Yes, all right. Yes.
Yeah. There were some good box quotes in there. Like, I wouldn't pay for it, but
yeah.
PC Gamer says Tim the Tatman. That's it.
But yeah, it's like it's not got like compared to like Multiverses where that felt like they put like a lot of love into it. This feels like they've put some love into it, but it's not quite there, you know?
There's love. You have to have a lot of love to make a game full stop because they're so fucking hard to make. But I think it feels. I think. Why? It's like Will said. That's just it. It's like why? It's got a lot of reviews, to be fair. 1,000 mostly positive scores, but it's also currently free to keep. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's odd. I feel.
All right, I claimed it. I probably will never play this, but you never know.
He's going to stream it next week.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm a DKO streamer now. Also, why does it not say Smite anywhere? Is this Smite? Is this going to get taken down?
It is
because it's high res, so it's Smite. But
is this also fake news? Is it actually
worried?
Smite? Have we thrown around the word Smite everywhere, and it's nothing to do with Smite?
I mean, it's high res, right? Is Smite like negative press? It's
no.
You're only going to scare people off by saying it's got anything to do with Smite.
Still love Smite. Like Smite has like, you'd be surprised at the amount of people who are like Smite. Yeah, I love Smite.
Yeah, but I bet all 29 of the Smite players are not going to play this. Do you?
I'm waiting. Like I've played a lot of Smite before. I'm just waiting for them to add Jesus. I think it's.
I don't think they'll put Jesus in that game.
Sacrilegious that Jesus can't go in. And
okay, Control F Smite on this page. Become a founder and unlock Stormy Chibi Susanoo in Smite. So cross unlock, and then second find is a download button for Smite, which is more like this. That's the only Smite reference on this entire store page.
I don't know why they're so afraid to put Smite.
Well, it's like Will said, it's fucking poison. Like,
maybe
I don't get this. This whole release is so weird to me.
Maybe they're going to put some Paladins characters in as well, or something. Like some of the other IPs.
Maybe it's a really proud lead dev who has an enemy that's the lead dev on Smite, and he's like, "Well, I don't want to ride off his coattails. This is going to be its own thing." That just happens to use all the characters from Smite.
It's like a social experiment in how hard can you bungle a release and still make money out of it. Like
the results of our test come back, and because we deliberately failed the marketing, we sold 0 copies. So now we know the next time to market the game. Good job, everybody.
I will say with this game though, the one like gameplay wise thing that kind of baffled me was there's one ranged character in the roster which is sold, like the fire goddess, and it feels weird that she attacks in melee range and not like she does have like fireballs that she can shoot out and stuff, but it does feel weird that the ranged character in Smite is now kind of melee in this one.
Oh, it's just balance, I guess.
Yeah, no, kind of actually, yeah.
Does that even exist in this game? Is that a thing?
Do
the characters like translate over from Smite? Like, are you doing? I haven't played Smite in ages.
I've played 4 characters in this. One is King Arthur, who's like the default. He's like the tracer of the game. He has like a jump with which he can put down a banner and give himself a speed increase. He's got like a blind stun. and he's got a beam slow attack. There's Soul, who's another one of the starting characters. She can put down like a fire patch on the ground. She can turn herself into a fireball and like fly across the map.
But I mean, like, are you picking up a character from Smite and being like, oh, this is I understand this guy's role and moves because I played him in Smite?
It's kind of like everyone's kind of everyone plays kind of similarly. Like I would say, Hercules and King Arthur felt very similar to me. Like felt kind of like a bit slower, but like a bit more tougher. Whereas there's Soul, and I think her name is Amaretsu.
Amaranth? Is that another skin?
I knew someone was going to say it.
I could, yeah, but it like that one they're a bit more quicker. They feel like they launch a bit easier, but they attack a little bit quicker and dash about a bit more.
The dog, right? Amaterasu.
No, it's a woman with a sword.
What's the dog from Okami called? Am I going crazy?
Amaterasu.
Right, okay, just making sure I'm not going crazy.
No, you're right.
Is that just Capcom getting weird with that god? Or, fuck, I'm derailing this so hard.
No.
It's either Capcom or Hi-Res.
I'm probably butchering the name. I apologise.
No, Amaterasu is.
To be fair, I've never played a MOBA as horny as Smite is. Like, their cash shop is something to behold.
They got like RuneScape characters now. Too much, man.
Yeah,
can't handle it.
They've got, Smite, for some reason, it goes in terms of like crossovers. It goes Fortnite and then Smite. Smite has some really weird crossovers. They've had like Transformers. They've had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Rick
Avatar.
and Morty as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Well, I wasn't making the RuneScape one up. Their newest crossover is old school RuneScape in Smite. It's fucking weird. I think
You're not tempted to check that out?
No, don't hate myself that much yet to play Smite.
That's the thing is, when the first time they did the Avatar one, I actually played Smite then, and I was like, oh, the characters were locked behind the battle pass. So I played and I tried to get the battle. I tried to play because I wanted like Aang and Zuko, but I could only play until I got Korra, and then I was like, no, I'm out. It's too much Smite.
Oh, I'm watching. For anyone who can see the visual part, just the trailer of old school RuneScape in Smite. It's so weird. It is so weird. It's amazing, but it's just so strange.
I feel like none of these characters should be this high res.
Yeah, it's
like
so
they shouldn't be this high fidelity. Yeah, it's weird.
Any last words, Steve?
Not really. Yeah, this is just like it. Pick it up while it's free. Could maybe like if you enjoy the 3v3 mode, could maybe like play with some friends and have a good time. I've not tried the 1v1 mode yet, but I don't think that's going to be super duper.
That'll get a handful of people.
It'll get a handful of people, but like the combat's not like you're not comboing in this game at all. It's you're hitting them trying to knock them off.
You can combo.
I bet you can, but it doesn't feel like it right now for newbie old Steve.
It's like when you play like Smash Bros or Multiverses. It's like you can't combo in these games. You just knock them around. It's like no, you can 100% combo people in these games.
Yeah, you can't, but
but you actually can. Yeah. All right, then we'll move on from this then. Okay, so confession: both myself and Will haven't really played anything this week. So
slackers. Let me get the shame bells.
I watched the game. I was the only one who watched the Game Awards. Live
that is true. You watched it live.
Not live in person.
I have there
in the audience.
I have started.
He went up on stage.
I've started a new game, but not enough to actually like talk about it properly yet. But I started Chained Echoes, which is the RPG I was talking about, were made by one guy.
It's on Game Pass, right?
On Game Pass. From what I've played so far, it's pretty good. It does feel like, especially in some areas, you can feel that it was a big RPG made by one person.
Yeah.
It's where it's like certain things felt like they didn't get like a second pass. So it's like,
like he was running out of time.
Exactly.
He was like, right, wrapped.
Yeah. It's like
it's like half the skybox is done.
Yeah, it's nothing that bad, but it's like why does that look a bit weird? Even though the art is amazing, it's like that looks a bit weird. Or why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that enemy coming without an animation? It's just odd little bits like that. But yeah, I'll talk about that more in detail when I've played some more. But really good so far.
Did none of us play Dwarf Fortress?
Again, nope. I have it, but I've not played it enough to give a solid.
Yeah, I couldn't justify it since I thought it's probably not going to be a game for me. I would have liked to support the dude who made it, but not for 25 quid.
Yeah, I have it. I've played it for like an hour and a half, and I think I came to the conclusion where even though there are in-game tutorials, I was like, I need to watch some YouTube vids or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's another. It'll be like it's just backed up, right? 1 week I'll talk about this, and then the next week I'll finally play a bit of Dwarf Fortress or something, and then it'll all just slowly come out. I'm still waiting for Callisto Protocol to come into post. Post is just so fucked right now in England.
Yeah.
But anyone that's has no clue what's going on, there's a shitload of postal strikes right now for the Royal Mail in the UK, and post is just so backed up, it just hasn't arrived yet. I'm hoping next week, but with like Christmas deliveries and stuff, fucking who knows, man. I might just not get it till next year. But yeah, nothing I've played solidly this week. But we can get into news though. There's plenty to talk about news-wise. I mean, there's tons of stuff. We can go straight into that. We had, obviously, you had the Game Awards 2022. Geoff
Let's see if
Keighley's
our
Game
predictions were
Awards.
correct.
I probably should have got that ready. Why would you bring that up now, you utter asshole? You know I don't have that ready.
I didn't know you didn't have that ready.
Anyway, I don't care about awards. I care about games, Steve. I care about games. And this page,
still for time, yeah.
This page is everything announced in order of when it was announced on the evening. So what I'm going to do, we'll go through every single one, but if no one's got anything to say about it, we'll just move on to the next one. I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, because there was a lot announced.
There's a lot, and not all of it's fluff, but like some of it's just like, yeah, that's cool. So starting at the beginning, you had Dead Cells crossed with Castlevania. This was actually really cool. This had a really good trailer, I think.
Is Castlevania a Nintendo product? I assume, well, because it's always been on Nintendo, right? Or not?
It's Konami.
No, it's been all over.
Konami.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
they get around.
This is basically all you get from Castlevania these days because Konami just don't care. So you have to.
Oh, we got that one good Netflix series.
Yeah, but that wasn't made by Konami, right? It's just another developer.
I presume not.
Another. It's like it's always other people using the rights these days.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like, here's this amazing looking Dead Cells Castlevania made by Dead Cells. Or it's like, here's look at all these cool Castlevania characters in Smash Bros. Made by Nintendo. It's like,
I imagine it's like they go over and they're like, hey, our game's kind of like Castlevania. Can we do a crossover? And they're like, is that us? We did that? We did Castlevania? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Just give us like half. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, it's just fucking, yeah. They get like a check in the post at Konami saying like, here's the money back from Dead Cells Castlevania. And they're just like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we agreed to that. Shit. Here's a check for like $5 million. Oh, sick. Cool. But yeah, this looks really cool. I'm really excited for this. You had Vampire Survivors on mobile for free. I mean,
understandable. It's
for free.
It is weird that it's for free, but I mean they've got DLC coming right around the corner. So
I've spoken to. So I was curious about this, and I was talking to our friend Alex, the Dr. Alex, in chat, and he says, I said like, is it actually free? Because like quote unquote, are there like ads everywhere or something? Like, is it apparently, when you finish a run, you can like watch an ad to get like a little bit more gold, or if you die, you can watch an ad to resurrect, and that's basically it.
Oh,
which is,
I guess that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. To get the
yeah.
entirety of Vampire Survivors
in one run, because I would be dying over and over again.
But I feel like
also, how do phones run it well? Like, I'd love to get. I'm downloading it now. I completely forgot about this. I was going to give it a go, but
I feel like my phone.
Don't phones just melt?
I was going to say, I feel like my phone would run it, but it would just like burn on the inside. Like I'd smell the solder like turning to liquid.
Yeah.
You're forgetting how basic Vampire Survivors looks, right? Like it's not. It's not.
You're
that
trolling. It's bait. That's bait. That's bait. Have you played it?
I have played it, yeah.
You know when you get towards the end, it chugs.
But it's like 2 pixels of enemies.
I'm moving on. This is bait. This is bait. Valiant Hearts coming home world premiere.
Trailer showed nothing.
This is an older project, I think. Valiant Hearts. I never played it, but Valiant Hearts is an older thing, I think. Anyway, Returnal coming to PC.
This game, has anyone played Returnal?
I have.
Yeah, Josh has. I watched him stream it.
Was it? Did you recommend it? Because I'm like, it kept like this game got a lot of press, and I'm like, then I just had nothing about it once it released.
So here's my official verdict on this game from when I played it, which I think was it this year? Was it this year or the previous year? I can't remember.
So.
Fucking time
I think it was this year.
I think it was this year.
It was on the podcast.
Was it this year?
No, it was previous year because it was Game of the Year or something last year.
Was it?
It won a bunch of awards last year. It wasn't Game of the Year,
what is time? What is time? I'm looking. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Anyway, whilst you look it up, this game is amazing, and my only issue with it was the controls, because it's a really fidgety bullet hell third-person shooter played on a controller.
Yeah,
and if that sounds horrible, it's because it is. So
you think it'll be better on PC then? Or?
This game will be amazing on PC. I'm fully tempted to pick this up, even though I've already finished it.
This was one of those games where I was like, I would fucking love to play this game, but it's not. Yeah, I can't justify buying a PS5 just to play this indie roguelike.
Graphically,
no, I don't have to.
It looks amazing. Like artistically, it's really interesting. The gameplay is really solid. It's a roguelike, and the loop is really, really fun. The runs lasted a little bit too long, I think, but that aside, game was just fantastic. And all I could think of whilst I was playing it is this game is amazing. I just wish I was on a keyboard and mouse. But yeah, so I remember specifically when this game came out, it was one of the early PS5 games, I think, when there wasn't a whole lot at the time.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, there's nothing on PS5. What, you go play Returnal? Whatever the fuck that is? Ah, that's so lame." And then it came out, and reviews were like, "Yeah, this is like 9 out of 10, man. This is like 10 out of 10."
Was it? Yeah, because it was like a full price release, wasn't it? And we were all like, "I don't know about that," and you were like, "No, trust me, it's good."
Yeah, it's like
it totally earns it.
Yeah, it's like 60, 70 quid for a new IP made by a studio no one I think had really heard of.
Yeah.
And then
Housemarque, right? I think.
Yeah, and then people, even at the time, even if you wanted a PS5, you couldn't get a PS5. So the reaction to it being good is like, okay, sure.
yeah.
But yeah, really good.
That's exciting though. Maybe this will get a second wave.
I think this will get a massive second wind. I think.
Yeah.
For sure. Hellboy, third person game. What's the guy's name? You said it on
Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick, that's the guy.
He's everywhere at the moment.
He is everywhere. He's also I was playing was Horizon 2 on PS5 not long ago, and he's like main character in that as well.
Yeah.
This Hellboy is a roguelite action adventure game.
Yeah,
in a comic book style, which I didn't like the style too much.
I thought it looked kind of cool. Let me start playing.
Well, it looks like the original Hellboy comics, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of like
I'm not sure. I feel like it's been like we've had the comic book style a few times, and I'm kind of over it. I'm like, just give me better graphics, please.
Or when it's
give me better graphics,
but me better K-Pan Steve. Me want better graphics. I thought this was The Wolf Among Us when the trailer first started. You know, because they're making The Wolf Among Us 2, which is kind of similar looking. I think this is way more comic booky than Wolf Among Us, but that's what it kind of like reminded me of. As soon as this goes to what looks like gameplay, which I think is this bit here, it looks a bit like weird. I'm not sure about it, but maybe it'll be good. I don't know. Horizon Call of the Mountain VR. It's just another trailer for a game we've already spoken about. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Post Trauma. Silent Hill-esque horror game. Which I think someone said it's made by like 1 or 2 people. I think Rick said that. Looks visually interesting. Looks very like you say, like Silent Hill-y, Resident Evil-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. If it comes out and it's good, like, sure. Just looks interesting. So yeah, you had that. Viewfinder. I think this caught your attention, Will. I saw you.
Yeah, this one was. I was looking through we were just watching all the trailers from the Game Awards and like what we were kind of like interesting, and I almost skipped over this one. I was like, oh, Viewfinder, indie, whatever, I don't care. Yeah. And then the trailer starts, and you're like, oh fuck me, this looks really cool. Yeah. This looks like a Gmod experiment running wild.
Did anyone here play a game called Subliminal?
No, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, that game is similar concept, if not the same concept to this. I do think this looks like it does it a bit better.
Wasn't it Superliminal?
I think you're right. Yeah, it was like Superliminal. That's close enough.
Yes, yeah. So yeah.
It's a game that like fucks with perspective, basically.
Yeah.
You know, if you hold something right to your eyeball, and then it's like, oh, it's so big. It's because it's it's in front of your eyeball. It's the game.
Yeah. Then you step away and it's actually there in real life, and it's massive. Yeah, it looks.
It's hard to describe unless you watch the video that's playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like a game that I will enjoy watching on YouTube.
I think there's watching it, and then again when I played Superliminal, there is a feeling you get when you do it, and you're like, oh, that's really cool. That's really I like that. But yeah, so that one, Mungus, hide and seek, get sussy with your friends, hiding in the closet.
That it actually looks pretty good. Like it's out right now, and it's like it's more focused on the killer is always showing as the killer, and you have to hide and do tasks. It actually looks pretty fun if like you have been jonesing for a little bit of Among Us. This could be a reason to get your friends to play again.
This made me want Among Us TV show on Netflix more than anything. This trailer.
Well, because if you think about it, Among Us is all about the social deduction, whereas this removes that social deduction element. It's now just game.
Or it's official game. It's an official game mode for a game that people are already playing. Tons of people play hide and seek in Among Us, just like janky.
Yeah, exactly. But like, for example, Josh, you don't like the social deduction aspect of Among Us, whereas this removes that completely. So it might be worth giving it a little shot. Well,
as far as I'm concerned, it's a different game. It's still Among Us. Yeah, it's in the same client, but it is no longer Among Us. It is now hide and seek. So,
I love a good hide and seek game, so I'd be down. To play this.
Well, I own it, so.
Yeah.
After Us looked like another
boring.
pretty walk around game.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty walk around like almost platformer, but it the graphics, it looks like it was relying on graphics, and the graphics weren't that great. So
the art style's nice.
Needs better graphics, right, Steve?
Yeah.
The style is nice, but sometimes when you like get a close up of her face and hair, it's like, oh, it's not that great.
Oh, here's the issue: you got your graphics variable set to 7. You need to crank that up to 10. There you go, much better. It looks like Journey, or dare I say Stray, where it's just like kind of run through, look at cool looking stuff, and then credits roll. Maybe there'll be some really nice music.
Does this not look neat? I think this looks kind of neat.
I think it looks neat. I also feel like I've already played it.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this. There were a lot of trailers where it's like they didn't give us like a big enough hook for. It's like they show us like part of the world, and it's like, oh, are you interested in this world? Maybe. If not, nah.
Again, it's
and this is one of those games where I was like the end of the trailer does get a bit better with like a little bit of like actual gameplay, but it mostly looks like you're walking around looking at the pretty pictures,
Yeah, it's just when
it doesn't look at all like what this trailer is showing.
There's some boss fights maybe, but
all right.
It looks like you're gonna have a fist fight.
You were both like, oh, it's just another boring walking simulator, and then I'm watching the trailer.
No, not a walking sim. It looks like Journey.
Right. Okay. But Journey was really good.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm saying is since Journey came out, there's been lots of games like that. That Journey like where they heavily lean on their art style, which is fine because artistically this game looks amazing, right? Like the world is interesting. There's all this weird shit going on.
It'll be like a one and done.
But it'll be. This is all obviously speculation. I don't know shit about this game. But it'll be 4 hours long. It'll have a banging soundtrack that really touches you in the feels when you see this dog spirit jump out. It's going to be really emotional. And then credits will roll, and you'll be like, that's really good. But it'll be like 40 quid for 3-4 hours of game. And I feel like I've played Journey, I've played Little Nightmares, I've played Stray. Just, I feel maybe a little bit like artistically exhausted. Does that even make sense? Am I making sense?
No, I get what you see. It's like someone's art project with a little bit of gameplay as well.
Yeah, and I think that's great, but I've got to be in the mood for it, I think.
Yeah. That's what exactly I'm at, where I'm like, if it was like free on like Epic Games Store, and it's like, oh yeah, I had some free time, but I don't know.
I think the best way to put it is just like, there's nothing wrong with this game. It's down to me as to whether or not I am currently into this sort of thing. And as of right now, I'm not. Because I just finished Stray, which is another game that heavily leans into a similar thing, where it's like, run along, do some platforming, do some puzzling, look at the cool visuals. Anyway, we'll move on from that one. Replaced, got a new trailer. This game looks amazing.
I was gonna say, this game is pixel art style, but I sometimes was like, wait, is that real pictures or is that like in-game pixels?
Everyone, it's like the meme of HD 2D, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, this should be, in my opinion, the game that you point to if you're talking about like crunchy pixels but in 4K.
This is the one. This was, speaking of Microsoft having like no presence in this show. This was a Microsoft indie a little while back.
This
wasn't
is
it?
a Game Pass game. This will be on Game Pass.
Ah, okay, cool.
Hell
cool.
yeah!
Because I think last time they showed this was, it might have been E3 when they were like, everything we're showing today will be on Game Pass.
Yeah,
and this was one of them.
This looks cool as hell.
It just looks so nice. I think
it's that same kind of pixel art where it's like it's not drawn as pixel art. It's like they've done art and then put it through like a weird filter, like Dead Cells does.
Yeah, it looks rotoscoped.
Yeah.
Where it's like you say, they've either mocapped in real life or they've animated a 3D model and probably used that for like really heavily referenced, like drawn over the frames. Because look how like all the animations are so smooth for pixel art.
Yeah.
Because like, give me more of that, like Dead Cells rotoscoping, and this like really chunky but smooth pixels just looks so good. That looks really good. Street Fighter 6.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh my god, this looks so good. This looks so good.
I saw Josh creaming over this game on Twitter earlier today.
Oh, because it's got my new main in it as of right now. I'll skip forward. The first, the first minute of this trailer is the weird single player stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was the bit that looked the coolest for me. Honestly,
you can tell that they realize how heavily they fucked up with Street Fighter 5, right? Where Street Fighter 5 launched with only a training mode and a 1v1 online versus, and they were like, we've got the core bits in for everyone to like be competitive and have fun, and all the casual players were like, I'm not buying that. Where's the fun stuff? So
I just think it's weird. I don't know. I come to Street Fighter for their like awesome characters, right? And then I see this like FIFA footballer looking guy doing, and I'm like, this is lame. This doesn't look cool. And then like Ryu jumps in, and I'm like, yeah, we're back, baby. This is way better.
Well, let's go back. So it's a custom character you create. And I remember there was the last trailer we spoke about. I think it shows all different characters you can make, and you can make like chromatic, massive green dudes and a whole bunch of weird shit.
Yeah.
But this is the default like dude they're using for the trailers. But yeah, so this trailer shows 4 characters that are coming. 3 of them are brand new. DJ here is old. You have Manon, Marissa, and JP. I just think they all look amazing, man. I just think they look so good.
I love their character designs are so good.
Yeah. I'll be, as of right now, maining Manon. I just think she looks really cool. She's the pink-haired one.
There's two pink-haired ones.
Ballerina, right, or something?
So she's a fashion model, I think, but all her shit, like you say, looks like she's doing like ballerina moves and stuff. It just looks so cool. Like, just I could just like spurge over this for like an hour, but we'll...
well, we get demonetized, so move on.
Yeah, so that looks really cool. Release date in this trailer as well, but we'll talk about that in a minute for other reasons.
Yeah.
Hades 2.
This game is... You're going to hear about this game. I was going to say, people are very excited about it, or you're going to hear about how excited people are about it.
I'm also shocked that this is real.
This is... Well, like, yeah, I'm shocked that one, this is real, because they never... Supergiant never does sequels, and two, it's coming out so soon. I guess Hades has been out... I don't know.
It's been out a while, man.
Well, but me and you both did the thing where it came out on Epic, and we bought it like day one for like a $5, right? In early access.
Yeah, Hades 1 launched early access for 15 quid, I think, but they were doing the Epic Games £10 off coupon. So I got it for a $5. Absolute best financial decision of my life.
Best investment I've ever made. Yeah, so Hades feels like it's been out but for both like 10 years and also like maybe 1 year somehow at the same time. So I'm shocked this is already coming out, but
Hades,
cool, I'll take more Hades.
Yeah. Hades, the original Hades 1, obviously did so well that they just couldn't ignore a sequel, I guess.
I guess. Because I thought Bastion was fucking massive, but I guess Hades is a whole orders of magnitude bigger.
I think Bastion was massive for its time, which was just a smaller indie scene at the time. It was like Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, it was.
When Bastion came out, there was nothing ever like Bastion. Bastion blew my mind.
Well, Bastion's competitors when it came out were what? Braid and Castle Crashers.
Castle Crashers, like Super Hexagon Wars or whatever it was called. Yeah.
So I want to get into indie gaming on console. It's like, oh yeah, sick. Here are the 4 that you need to buy, and that's it. Like literally, that was it.
Yeah.
But not like now, where it's like you got Steam or just any of the consoles have such massive marketplaces of, hundreds of top tier games.
It's pretty cool. As a soft-spoken British man, obviously I was approached to voice a role in this,
of course,
but unfortunately I was busy. So
I'm what's her dad called? What's the main? What's the antagonist of the first game, who's now locked up in this game?
Oh,
this guy on screen. I can't remember his name.
Hades, right?
I just pulled a stupid move. I thought Hades was the protagonist of the first game, but that's Zagreus, isn't it? Let's move on because I've just completely.
Are you okay?
No,
you threw me so hard with that question.
Yeah, I thought this was a trick question.
I thought he was doing a bit. Yeah,
I'm not doing a bit. I'm just really stupid.
I will say I've seen people thirsting over this new main character.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Not everything's got to involve your dick, Steve. Judas.
I didn't say it did. I said I've seen people, but
Judas looks cool. BioShock 4, right?
Basically, this looks like it kind of looks like if you took BioShock and BioShock Infinite and kind of smushed them together and threw them into space.
Yeah.
I just have no faith that it'll be good.
I feel it's the same. I feel like it has the Callisto Protocol kind of vibe again, where it's like this could be a smash hit, or this could be like, yeah, well, we did that, and then you did it better last time. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Infinite was good, but it wasn't as good as BioShock, in my opinion.
No BioShock game has been good as BioShock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think 2 had better things about it. 2 had good. 1.
2 had better gunplay, I think.
Yeah. The 2 was a better game, I think.
Yes.
But like it's like lightning in a bottle twice, wasn't it? Like
it was kind of like when BioShock came out and made such an impact. It's not fair, right? It's like, how can you live up to
how do you follow that? Yeah.
And I think, for that reason, BioShock 2 gets not shit on, but not appreciated as much as it probably maybe should. This looks alright. I mean, it's like you say, it's the whole Callisto Protocol thing. When the first thing you launch, when the trailer comes up, is from the creator of Blank. It's always a bit like, okay, but prove it though.
yeah.
Because this game's been in development for a long time. I think. Like, when was Infinite? Like, fucking ages ago.
Was this 2023? Did they? Or is this no release date?
I think it's just 2020. No, just wishlist now.
Okay.
It's also PS5 only, as in not previous gen.
Oh.
Because there's still...
Oh, well.
There's still a lot of stuff coming out that's getting announced. Where it's for PS4.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, we're still there. Jesus. Anyway, next game. Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. This was weird.
I don't know why. Like, half the people play Bayonetta because every time she attacks, her clothes disappear. Now they're doing a kiddie version.
The Bayonetta has lore, right? You haven't played them.
No.
Okay, yeah, there is like story there. But for me, I feel like the story, as good as it is, does take a back seat to the game. I'm there for the gameplay, right?
You're there for the fighting, right?
You're there for the fighting.
Yeah.
And then it seems like this is a game that plays different, but they're like, you'll get more Bayo story. And it's like, well, I don't really care. Because this bit here, when this comes up, at this point in the trailer, where you've had like little cutscenes of older games, and then the book closes and it says Bayonetta Origins, I'm like, fucking awesome. Bayonetta game, but prequel, fine. And then the trailer,
or like the trilogy, but on different platforms or something. Yeah.
But then the trailer carries on, and I'll skip forward a little bit, but it's very, very different to the other Bayo games.
Yeah, it's like a children's storybook where she's playing as a child, and totally different vibes.
Well, this is it's her childhood. It's her story of how she became an Umbral Witch. Which, like I said, it's just like cool. If it doesn't play like
the fighting's still good, like if it's still a good action game. Yeah.
If it's still Bayo, but from a different camera angle, kind of like more raised up, then like sure. But even that, I'm not massively digging this art style. I think
it's not going to have good combat. It's not going to.
Why would it not? All the other ones have good. Why would it not have good combat?
Because it's not going to.
Yeah, but it looks like it's a totally different game compared to the other.
Is it still platinum though? Because like, say what you want, they never miss.
It's still platinum. I'm pretty sure I saw the platinum logo.
I'm sure it'll play fine.
Look, it opens with the platinum logo.
Platinum never miss.
Platinum do miss occasionally. They literally just missed with.
Babylon's Fall.
Yeah, but we don't know what the combat was like in Babylon's Fall. I'm sure it was fine.
There's combat in this, and it looks... Let me see if I can find it. It just looks different, but I don't think that means it'll be bad. It'll just be different. I don't know. It's like Steve says, like, will it be good? It's like, probably. Every other Bayo game's good. Like, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but the Bayo games are good because they all follow the same formula. Whereas this one is totally out of left field, kind of.
But they've made other good games. Like, not just...
well, you tell us how good this one is, okay?
They made that Transformers fighter that I've always meant to play and never got around to. Apparently that slaps.
Yeah, they made that weird Korra game. That's apparently average. That's another bad one, I guess. Don't know why I brought that up. Doesn't really help my argument. Moving on. Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord. What the fuck? Did I just miss this?
Oh, told you. What did I say last week? Not a year goes by without a Ghostbusters game for some fucking reason.
I think I fast forwarded this. I think I thought it was an advert for like a TV show. It's a VR Ghostbusters game.
Yeah, on MetaQuest and PlayStation VR 2.
I got by a couple of... Bustin does make me feel good, but I got by a couple of VR trailers in this show.
Oh yeah, because you're like, it's all and it's VR.
Yeah.
Yep. Destiny 2 Lightfall, another trailer for the upcoming expansion.
This trailer looked good. Like, I'm not a Destiny player, but this trailer was like, the spectacle of it looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I thought I'm not going to obviously play it here, but the music in this trailer is fantastic. Really liked this trailer. It's just like even if I'm not going to play it, I remember this trailer as a standout from the show just because I really like it.
I'm
it's
so
also
excited, but I can't help but feel this long into Destiny 2 with all the problems it has. It feels kind of tired, but I'm hoping this is like, I don't know, some kind of end point, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna play it.
Sony didn't buy Bungie for them to make Destiny 2 forever. Like, there'll be a Destiny 3 at some point.
So I have a question for Will, since you're the big Destiny player. In this trailer, there's a lot of like green light. Is that like a new class, or is that like every class is?
That'll be a new subclass, basically.
Yeah.
So you had all the different aspects, like fire. What was it? Void. Oh, I can't even remember the names now. Purple, red, and blue. And now you're getting green.
Mass Effect
lightning,
endings.
and fire, right? Or
Void, Arc, and
Arc.
Solar. Void, Arc, and Solar. And then they introduced the ice, stasis. And now they're doing green, which is this darkness power.
Willpower.
I don't know what it's called.
What if we gave every class a whip / grapple / scorpion?
Yeah, I
chain?
mean, there's a bit in this where there's that Arc Titan move where he turns into a human torpedo and just jets across the arena, and then a hunter in this grapples to him and like chases him down. And it's like, that's sick. That's so...
I hate
so cool.
I really hate the effect that just a grapple can have on me, because I feel like it feels like cheating. I'm like, I don't have any interest in Destiny 2, don't really want to play it, and they're like, hang on, look at this new thing, we gave the guy a grapple. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. Maybe I'll play.
Yeah, this looks sick. I'm sure it's gonna have the same problems Destiny does, where it's like it'll be too short, it'll make me repeat a bunch of content, and then it'll make me it'll want me to grind a bunch to play to keep going. But I'm gonna play it. It looks cool.
Destiny 2 is the not MMO shooter. Like, of course,
that game has problems, but goddamn, is it fun?
Yeah,
is it just fun to play?
Next up, Suicide Squad Batman reveal. But cool enough. There's
no gameplay, but
this is his last performance, right?
Yeah, Kevin Conroy passed away. Is that right?
Yeah. And this is his last performance as Batman.
I was gonna say I've not seen any gameplay from the Suicide Squad games, but the trailers are always like, it feels like it's like out of a movie, you know?
Very high production.
Yes.
I think there was gameplay a while back. I think if you dig a little bit,
there is a gameplay trailer.
There is a game.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite a while ago, so how much of that is like changed compared to now? I think it was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
so.
but it's Rocksteady, right? It's the Arkham guys, so you can kind of
when you want to play when you want to play a DC game, these are normally the people that you want making it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I am very excited for this.
Very cool great. Trailer. Last of Us Part 1 on PC. I mean,
boring.
Not a lot to say, but I just recently finished it. Fantastic game if you want to play Last of Us again.
I was gonna say this is the third time it's been out on the second award show where it's been like, they've been like, yes, this game is coming out on PC
a little
now.
sick. Like, who doesn't know what Last of Us is at this point? Like, who was watching that show and being like, boy, this Last of Us looks interesting. Can't wait for that to come out.
This feels like the most expensive way to market a TV show.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, well, we've got it for. How can we advertise a TV show? Fuck, make the whole game again. But go watch podcast 42. I don't know my views on that. Jedi Survivor official reveal trailer.
Looked like Jedi Survivor 1.
This wasn't leaked, but we knew it was coming because there's so much like surprises in this show, but this was one of the ones they were like, we're going to be showing this.
It looks really good.
I
really like the first one. They made him weird. They gave him like a jaw. I don't know what
I'm
happened.
not going crazy, right? He looks hotter in this one, right? He's like,
why does he look so hot in this one?
I have a quick. The PC port of this was known to be bad, right?
I had no problems with it.
I remember being okay. Yeah.
Okay, I remember like the first one somewhere. It was like there were problems with it. And I think it was the PC port, but
yeah,
maybe
I remember playing it when it came out and not really expecting much, and then I was like, oh fuck, it's kind of a cool Star Wars action Metroidvania. This is sick.
Yeah. I think it had like weird. It was kind of all over the place. Like it had some souls in there, and it had some
It
had some fighting game, and I don't think it did any of them amazingly well, but it also was just really cool to play, like a really fun Star Wars game.
It's like we said about how like Star Wars is not necessarily misused, but it's like you could do so much more with that whole IP with video games, and all we got out of Star Wars for ages was like, oh, here's a shitty Battlefront 2 with loot boxes that no one likes, or stuff like that.
Legion of mobile games.
Oh, yeah, mobile games. There was a Star Wars 5v5 Overwatch clone coming out on the Switch, I think, that like it's called like Star Wars Bounty Hunters.
I remember that one. Yeah,
that still I don't think has like never come out.
There was like one trailer for that. Yeah, what was that?
It was okay. Let's derail ever so slightly. I think it was called Star Wars Bounty Hunters.
I put clone. And obviously that's not going to get anything when you...
Star Wars Hunters.
Star Wars Hunters. Is that
coming 2022? Better fucking hurry up.
Damn, 20 more days.
No, it's set to be released in 2023.
Okay.
Oh, it's Zynga for Switch, iOS, and Android.
But that aside, that's like what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like, why is this whole IP so misused?
Yeah.
Because they went through. There was also, what was the like Star Wars 20 something, like the Bounty Hunter game that got cancelled.
Star Wars 2020.
2020.
Is that what it was called?
It was something like that. Hang on. Cancelled
no,
Star Wars game. Star 1313.
1313.
Star Wars 2020, where you fight the coronavirus.
That was the game that never existed, though, wasn't it? That's where they showed that trailer, and it was like, "Holy shit, this can't be real. This looks way too good." And then it never emerged again.
It was a CG trailer of a bounty hunter on a ship going through like the city on the sky.
Yeah,
and then everyone was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be amazing." And then you have the devs fully realizing that it's not gonna happen, being like, "Oh, fuck." Do we just pretend we're making it for like a year and then say no?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you had that Earthblade, which looks like a Secret of Mana game from the title, but is actually
this is the Celeste Metroidvania, right?
Celeste game. Gonna be a good game, I'm sure. Trailer fucking hurt my eyes.
Do you think it's funny? There's all these AAA releases coming out with their 2023, we're coming out 2023, and then the Celeste guys get up. They've got their Metroidvania, which looks, from the trailer, it looks like pretty realized at this point, and they're like 2024 at the earliest, maybe. That's I can do.
If you're fucking lucky,
good
son.
Job. Remarkable restraint you guys have shown on that.
And for those audio listeners, it's the trailer is shot in a weird way, which is why Josh said it hurt his eyes and stuff. It's not the game itself.
It's just really is it just me? Is this just really blurry?
I didn't notice it the first time I watched it. After you said it, I'm like, oh yeah, I noticed it now.
I've seen a handful of people. Half of them are like, this shit is blurry, hurts my eyes, and the other half are like, I can't see it. It looks fine. So I don't know if it's it's like weird motion blur throughout the whole trailer.
Just because it's the way they're showing off the game in this trailer is weird.
Yeah. But then when the camera stops like that, everything looks really nice. So I'm like I said, I'm sure it'll be. It might be like weird compression on the video or something.
I was gonna say if you've played or watched Celeste, and that's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, Celeste is fantastic. That's a really good game. So again, no reason to doubt them on this. They've had one good game already. Just hope they can do it again. Yeah. Hopefully it's not.
They know what's up.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too different. That it's kind of, because Celeste is pure platformer, right?
It's like a Super Meat Boy. It's just platforming.
So yeah. Anyway, next Dune Awakening. This is the
Tree Puncher.
the tree puncher, the wall builder, the crafting table user, open world survival MMO, Dune Awakening.
I was gonna say I've not watched the Dune movie yet, and
Great movie.
It just looked like it's set in a desert. There's not much.
You
nailed it.
That's Dune.
I'm like, there's a lot of desert for this MMO. Then.
That's like watching Harry Potter and being like, a lot of magic, isn't there?
Yeah, but I'm saying like this for an MMO setting. I'm like,
I get what you mean. But
variation.
I think it's less to do with that, and it's like, if you really want a Dune game, of course you want to be in a desert. That's like the whole thing about Dune is surviving.
When they say MMO, is this going to be more like Rust?
What's the one that our friends used to always play?
Last Oasis. Looking for the desert one.
Oh, and an Ark, and then the Ark sequel.
Yeah, there's other like first person games that they've played that are MMO survival games where you have to join a guild or else you're fucked, basically.
I think it's cool. I like when something comes back and there's like a unified art style, right? Because there's the movie just came out. There was the 4X game that I played, and now there's this, and they're all Spice Wars. Thank you. And now they're all almost using the same title font. You know, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think it's really funny when something comes out and everyone's like, "Oh, right, this is how this is supposed to look." Okay.
It feels like they made the movie, right? And then whilst the movie was coming out, they had their hand like hovering above a big button that said money injection. And it was like, if this movie does well and people like it and it's popular, then we'll just inject infinite money into this franchise. Yeah. And then the movie was really popular, won a bunch of awards, everyone loves it, and it's like, right, fucking go. Games. More movies. This,
if any of these do well, this will fund the rest of the movie.
Fucking action figures. A jar of sand, call it Spice, sell it for 20 quid, go fucking Christmas gift.
Oh my god, that's genius.
Don't sniff it though. it's just sand. I feel like I'm doing like air quotes, right? Open world survival MMO is poison to me. Like,
I agree. Open world survival, I'm like, early access open world survival, I'm like out.
How to get Josh to not play your game?
Unless it's Core Keeper.
Because that's not open world survival MMO. That's crafting. It's like Terraria.
You can dig to make it open world.
Oh, moving on. Forspoken. This is Square Enix's weird social experiment.
Still coming out. Yeah.
I'm not convinced this is a game. This is a weird social experiment. This is the Square Enix AAA budget isekai game, which isekai being
for those of us who don't know, Josh, what does that mean?
It means a stranger from another world, as in someone from X world has fallen into Y world. In this case, it looks like someone that was ordering a Starbucks falling into what is this world? It's not quite Final Fantasy, but it is like medieval.
It looks like it reminds me of Horizon, the stuff they've shown, where it's
I can see that.
Almost like, people in post-apocalypse with these weird religions and cultures and stuff. It looks interesting.
I've heard,
but it's also the one where the trailer was like every trope. Doesn't the trailer start with like, so let me get this straight. I can fly now and I have a toy, and it's like,
oh yeah, and the dragon talks.
yeah.
I've heard from people, because this is the announcement of a demo as well, which is out now. You can play. I haven't played it, but I've heard people actually compare it to Infamous in gameplay. You ever remember that game?
I remember Infamous. Yeah, that was cool.
But people are saying like it's still got problems. Might be like a slightly above average open world kind of Infamous-y game.
Yeah.
I've also heard everyone saying, the dialogue and stuff is as bad as it seems.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on.
You should try the demo, Josh. You should try the demo and get back to us. Tell us it.
I'll tell you what. I'll try a demo.
Yeah, go for it.
I can commit to that. Death Stranding 2, Electric Boogaloo, Kojima's done it again.
I was gonna say this trailer for me. I was like, oh, I'm not interested in Death Stranding 2 at all. Don't see the point. But I was hoping there was going to be more Kojima weirdness in the trailer, and there wasn't, and I was disappointed.
The baby was an octopus. Was that not weird?
I saw that there was like a little bit, but I was expecting like full on.
There was a guy with robot intestines.
Yeah, Norman Reedus has longer hair now.
A different trailer. I feel like I watched.
Norman Reedus is more blonde.
Why that looked so shit? I know. It's probably because it's all something to do with time, right? And rain from the first one, but it's just Norman Reedus as he exists today, but with like long grey hair, looked so dumb.
It's so weird, right? I completed all of Death Stranding, like story, and remember fondly enjoying it. I can't tell you a thing that happens in that game. I literally like do not remember.
Leia Sadu is back, right?
Yes,
she's here. Norman Reedus is back. Troy Baker is back, presumably. I mean, I don't know. Troy Baker is one of those voice actors who can do.
He's the baby.
He could be the same character or a completely new character.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
Who knows? Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see who else they bring on board, because I assume there'll be new characters, which will be real people.
Yeah. Didn't he announce like a casting thing recently?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can find something in your.
You also see it never mentions Death Stranding 2.
No, DS2.
And he never mentions Death Stranding 2.
Oh my god!
It's always been DS2.
Oh, the game starts, and then you play as Norman Reedus for like an hour, and then it cuts camera, and then bam, you're riding.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, I think it'll be decent. I didn't love the first game. I like the first game. I think it's nice to see a AAA game with a $50 million budget just get fucking weird. Like, how about we take all this money and give it to artists and designers and stuff to just make something fucking weird instead of Uncharted 8.
I'm glad he gets to do what he does, but I still feel like he needs some people around him that tell him like, okay, but at some point, Kojima, let's make a game, you know?
But does he? If the game sells really well, does he?
Is
he doing it? Okay, for you, yeah. But I was gonna say, is he not like then doing his job perfectly, right?
I guess.
If he makes a fucking weird thing that makes no sense and is boring to play, but it sold 10 million copies.
Yeah.
Is it a bad game, or has he just somehow tricked 10 million people?
Why not mix of both?
It's like, I'm not falling for it again, Kojima, and I look down, I'm already holding a copy of Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
Right. Immortals of... What the fuck is... Did I just skip this?
This was a trailer which showed nothing. It showed some mystical gauntlet thing, and then, like, he steps outside of a door, and there's, like, a war. No gameplay, no nothing.
Okay. Is this the, like, we're thinking of making a game trailer?
Yeah.
I think this was like proof of concept.
Of an announcement of an announcement.
Yeah.
That's what I think that
too early. EA Originals, though. It doesn't even feel original, though. That's probably really mean. It's like, this is an original game we're making. It's like, I feel like I don't know.
This is Ascendant Studios. This is new. I think this is a bunch of...
You know, it does feel like, right?
People from around, you know?
You know how game, like... genres come in like waves, right? Like themes.
Yeah.
It feels like we are in the sci-fi fantasy like arc right now.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like Forspoken, Horizon, this.
Like sci-fi fantasy, a lot of grunge, a lot of grey.
Yeah.
It's
almost like not steampunk. It's like magic punk or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where it's like, okay, you had your future games in space. You had your World War II stuff, almost like COD arcs, right?
What was that sci-fi Norse mythology beat 'em up game that came out? Too Human. That's do you remember Too Human?
The game that took like 20 years to make or something.
It was ahead of its time. Too Human finally cashing in.
I'm gonna go buy a copy right now so they know they was.
You can't.
They know
you
they
can't.
were right. You can't.
No, they took it. They discontinued it. You
I'll
literally can't buy that anymore.
I'll find a.
You have to find a box
I'll find
copy.
a physical
you can't buy
360
it
copy
anywhere.
somewhere. Yeah.
yeah.
Tekken 8 got a new trailer. This was. I'm all for more Tekken 8, but this is like a story trailer for Tekken. I'm like,
I was gonna say this. I saw a lot of people on Twitter loving this trailer. It was too much of a deep cut for me to appreciate, but
it's just Jin and Kazuya fighting again. It's like I get it.
I don't understand. Like, has there been any like progress in the story in this game?
No,
Like,
I don't think so. It's always just Kazuya being a knob, or someone in the Mishima line.
Hiyashi.
Being a knob.
Hihachi, right? Is he still a thing?
Yeah, you had Jinpachi, the great granddad, being a dick in one of them. It's just every game. The story just boils down to someone in the Mishima line is being a cock, and we need to stop them.
Is this the one with the dinosaur that farts, or the one with the panda?
Yes.
Great.
Tekken 8, everybody.
I'm on board.
Put that on the box. Does this have the dinosaur that farts or the old man that falls over? Yes. Nightingale. This is a new game, by the way. We're not still talking about Tekken 8. Nightingale. Victorian fantasy adventure game. Survival, open world, MMO.
This
Punch
looks
a tree.
cool. This has really cool style, but I'm just like you said, every time there's a survival crafting open world game,
at least
these go one of two ways, which is like Valheim, where it's good, or Ark, where I do not think it's
at least compared to June, this trailer is honest enough to put in footage of the man chopping down a tree and mining a rock.
I was gonna say, I've seen a lot of people who are really hyped for this specific game, and I don't get it particularly, but people are really excited
for this style of game.
Yes,
I get it. As someone that does play these, this one does have an appeal. But at the end of the day, I also look at it and I'm like, yeah, man, chop tree, mine rock, build.
Yep.
It's got a style to it though, which they
have to because otherwise they're the same game.
Yeah, I know, but it's a cool style.
Here it is. Fish, chop, fuck. I can already... Is this bit as well? Build a base, yep.
Yeah, but there's also the weird goat magician who pops up and has a chat with you, and I'm like, all right. There's something going on here.
I'm here to upgrade your base to tier 2 so that you can mine copper.
This guy's got a teal top hat. How are you not intrigued?
Now he can fly over there to fish slightly larger fish
with an umbrella.
It's like it's definitely got something there, right?
Yeah.
It's just I think I might be out of this style of game, and then like 3 people I know will be like, "Yeah, we're buying it," and then I'll cave and buy it.
Yeah, fine. Fine.
It depends. It always depends. If it's a game, if it asks me to play online and join a guild and dedicate my entire life to building a shack, then I don't care. If it's like a Valheim where we can get together and play through it in a couple of sessions, then cool, I'm down.
I get what you mean, yeah. If it's a couple of sessions done and it's interesting enough, then I can get into that. If it's longer form, then no.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference, at least it looks like, between this and the June one. The June one looks more longer form. Whereas this looks possibly, like you say, like get in, get out, 1 week adventure.
Yeah. We'll see.
Next game, Baldur's Gate 3, coming out of early access August 2023. Shows Minx, which is a guy from the older games. That's all I know.
That's Aaron said. I watched this and I said, Aaron, everyone's hyped about this character. Do you know who that went? And she went, Minsk, and then walked away. So everybody knows who this is. I have no idea.
I've never played any Baldur's Gate game ever, but for some reason I know that's the man that holds the hamster.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why does everybody know that?
It's just like it's iconic for some reason.
Yeah, he's a ton of Magic: The Gathering cards as well.
But I don't play Magic. Like
yeah,
I have no reason to know who this guy is, but I know who this guy is. Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's been out.
best-
It feels like it's been out in early access or whatnot for like so long that I'm just like, oh wait, I'm waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
At this
The
point,
best thing was this guy like breaking free, and I just saw a couple of people just being like, Kratos. I'm like, whoa, there.
Oh shit,
Like,
we're
I
back
get
to
it,
Olympus,
but-
Kratos. I see it though. Kratos has the big red
See
tattoo
it,
down his
yeah,
face. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, Minx is back. Wayfinder completely bounced off this trailer. Don't know.
this looked. I was gonna say it was hard to tell what it was, but it looked okay. But I was like, it's only going to be a game that some people are going to be interested in.
Yeah,
It's not going to be.
third-person
like-
action game co-op.
Speaking
Yeah.
of art styles that just turn me off, it's this.
Yeah, I was gonna say
This is
just
my
the art
new-
style.
Yeah,
This is the new pixel platformer art style that I'm
It's
just
not
as soon as I see it, I'm
cel-shaded.
like, meh.
highly saturated, smooth textures.
Looks kind of like Overwatch.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah, I go more with Fortnite.
Yeah, like it looks like I'd be down to play this, but yeah, it's I know it's not gonna be for everyone.
Fire Emblem Engage getting an expansion pass trailer. Kind of weird. Game's not out yet, but you do
Oh
you.
my god, they're adding the Fire Emblem Three
Yeah.
Houses characters because they've not been added to every single game recently.
We'll talk
They're
about more about that
really
when it
well liked.
I know,
yeah.
but
um
still.
Diablo
I don't,
4.
what is Engage? Oh,
Eng-
never mind. Yeah, Diablo 4.
Diablo 4. Engage is the next game coming out for Fire Emblem. Comes out January. Diablo 4 is Diablo 4. You all know what this is.
Official release date trailer though. So when's
What a
it actually
trailer, though.
releasing?
Holy shit.
It's cheating. It's cheating. It's not fair. Blizzard team makes banging CG trailer. Okay.
The game is going to be arse, but
No, I think this is going to be great.
You seen the pre-order page? Pre-order page has
I'm
battle passes
fully
and shit.
on board. I'm fully on board. I think this is going to be fantastic. Maybe monetized to shit, but I still think it's going to be great.
Yeah. Great trailer though.
Because Diablo, you can't fuck up Diablo at this point.
You absolutely can. They literally just did.
you absolutely can.
Well, that game played well though. It just didn't.
That's fair enough. Not going to play the whole trailer here now, obviously, but if you haven't watched this trailer, go watch it. It's fucking awesome.
Make a movie, dear Blizzard. What
Please
are you
make a
doing?
movie, Blizzard.
Yeah, stop
They
making
did. It's
video
called the
games.
Warcraft movie.
Next one, Horizon 2 expansion. Like, pretty cool. The first
Not
expansion.
VR this time.
No, so this is called Burning Shores. The first expansion for Horizon, like the first game, can't remember what it's called, but it added like a big snow area, and that was the
Yeah.
best part of that game. So maybe if I ever bounce back into this, because I bounced off it really hard.
You're
I just
bound
thought
for
this got announced and no one cared because they just announced Elden Ring DLC, didn't they?
They can't
Or they
keep getting away
released
with
Elden
it.
Ring DLC for
It's
for
not fair.
Horizon.
Do you think the producer of this is like tossing and turning in bed at night, like Elden Ring? 'Cause he's always been stalked by it. But yeah, this looks cool. Don't know why I'm not playing a trailer. Let's play a trailer. I feel it's really weird because when I played Horizon, I was clamoring for more. So an expansion was like, awesome, can't wait, it's gonna be brilliant. But this, because I didn't even
Yeah.
finish the base game because I bounced off it so hard, I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe in the future. I don't know.
There'll probably be a complete edition, or it'll come to PC or
Probably,
something.
yeah, it'll
and
come to
you'll-
PC at some point.
I just find it weird when these big giant open worlds get expansions. I guess people are asking for more, but I always feel like I'm done with those games by the time they're over. Do you know? And then they're
Yeah.
like, "What about more big open world?" And I'm like, "Nah,
Yeah, maybe not.
nah. I'll wait for Overwatch. I'll wait for Horizon 3."
Yeah, I'll wait for Overwatch 3. This one's for Steve. Blue Protocol. This is a
this is a MMO that basically it's like if Genshin Impact was an MMO.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I mean, yeah, it's the easiest way to sell this, right? Just
It's another
Yeah.
Genshin.
Genshin, slightly higher fidelity. At least I think it looks that way. Don't remember what Genshin looks like, but yeah,
The
looks-
like
RPG
this.
trailers. Could you calm down a bit?
yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
So anime, Remnant 2 looks
This
cool.
would be big.
Oh fuck yeah! This was my like out of nowhere announcement of the show. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I hardly
Yeah.
played Remnant 1, but I remember a lot of people liked it. So
even I played Remnant 1. We have a friend who is very into Remnant.
He's great.
Trailer's not playing. Oh, anyway.
You might need to refresh the page. I was on this page earlier, and it was like too many videos loaded.
Yeah, you've watched too much.
But yeah, Remnant's like a solid 7 out of 10 game. But if it clicks with you, it's fantastic.
Transformers Reactivate. This was I remember you talking about this on your stream, Will. But this is a trailer that does not play like a Transformers trailer.
No, this looks like... I mean, Transformers has been all over the shop, but this is like a weird post-apocalyptic Transformers game, which, I guess it's splash damage, so they're pretty good.
What does Splash Damage make?
They're like an offshoot of... Gearbox, I want to say. They made Gears Tactics.
Oh, that was pretty good. That was decent enough.
And a bunch of other stuff from way back. I think they worked on like Gears 5 too.
I just feel like, I don't know, I'm not deep enough into Transformers to get excited.
Oh, no. I mean, most Transformers games are terrible, but you never know.
I haven't got to watch this, but new trailer for Mario movie. I think this looks really good, actually. I'm really kind of excited for this.
I think people have problems with the voices, but the movie itself looks like it's well animated.
Everyone's great apart from Chris Pratt, who just sounds like bored. Doesn't sound like he's into it at all.
Mario.
Yeah, it literally is. Yeah. So weird.
Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. This was a weird one.
This is another trailer where it doesn't really show much.
Yeah, I got kind of bored in this trailer.
Yeah, same. It doesn't show any gameplay. It just shows like two people in a tavern or by a fireplace or something.
The bit at the end, they do a tiny bit of gameplay right at the end. It's kind of over the shoulder, like it reminded me of God of War or something.
Yeah, one of them's a ghost.
It looks kind of witchery to me.
No, Witcher is camera further back, more centralized. That's like God of War camera. Like Kratos to the left, over the shoulder.
Kratos to the left, Atreus to the right.
Here I am stuck in the middle with you. Space Marine 2.
Hell yeah.
The first game's against orcs, right?
So that's my problem. If we want to get into it, that's the only downside I don't like about this so far is it's against Tyranids who aren't. I don't find them an interesting enemy of all the things you could be fighting in the 40k
I know
universe.
What you mean, yeah.
Tyranids just
they don't look squishy enough compared to orcs.
They're space aliens. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're all chitin, however you say it.
Shit and chitin.
Chitin.
I have no doubt.
This looks really cool.
The first game was a surprise to me. I played it, not really knowing much about Warhammer or being overly hyped. I was like, this game is really good.
Yeah. I'm excited.
So you had that. Meet Your Maker, nothing to really say. Looks like you build a base and then someone has to raid it.
It's Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master, yeah.
This is Dead by Daylight, guys, right?
Is it? Behavior. Where's a bit at the end, wasn't it?
I was gonna say it's coming out a day before my birthday.
You're right. Yeah, it's Behavior. So yeah, Dead by Daylight, guys.
Oh, okay. We're all playing it then.
It kind of makes sense though. I mean, asymmetrical gameplay is their thing. This is as about asymmetrical as you can get, right?
Looks interesting. I think we had a couple friends who played a beta and said, like,
There's another beta coming out very soon.
Okay.
So you can sign up if you want to try it out yourself.
Next game, Crash Team Rumble. I often say 4v4 Crash game.
It looked interesting. I was going to say, although it being Crash, it looks like it would be good if it was free to play. I doubt it's going to be free to play.
Yeah. Lords of the Fallen. Looks cool.
This looks like Elden Ring, the Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's like that was what the first game was, right? It was kind of not Souls.
We have Dark Souls at home.
We have the Dark Souls at home.
At least they had better music in this trailer.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my god, he's still mad about the music. I forgot about that.
If you all remember that I was mad, that means I was right.
I've got to say though, the enemy designs and the character design is fucking awesome. I really like the way the main character looks. Where is it? Look at him. He looks like It just looks so cool. Fucking Sauron looking dude.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've seen a lot of people say this also. It's like Lord of the Rings as well.
But yeah, that looks really cool. Crime Boss, Rocky C.
What is this? This is some kind of tax write-off scheme or something, right? Has to be. I don't even know what this game is. It's so weird.
This is a group plan to help out Vanilla Ice because he's heavily in debt and needs a bit of money, so they're all banding together to make a game with him in it. This
is like all these people. They did a whip round of Hollywood, and they were like, "You haven't done enough charity work this year, so unless you want to get that high tax band, we're going to need you to do something with all that money."
Fucking what's like Payday game, but with celebs in their younger looks because they're fucking old now. They're really old now.
Yeah. So weird.
It's so bizarre. Chuck Norris in it as well, even though he's like apparently an asshole.
Oh yeah, someone said that. Yeah,
this is either going to be dumb or just stupid fun.
They're doing all this stuff, and then in the background, there's like an FPS. There was a bit where someone was piloting a fighter jet. There was, and you're like, "What is this game? What's going on here?" There was a car chase.
It's like you say, tax write-off.
Yeah. Gotta be
Cyberpunk expansion. Nothing to really say except Idris Elba's in it. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Even the title is like, big surprise, it's Idris Elba's in it. It's like, that's kind of it.
Just look at the thumbnail. Yeah.
I think we're down to the last two. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon.
I'm really excited for this.
I don't know anything about Armored Core.
Software.
Armored Souls.
Armored Souls.
I can't help that every time I hear Rubicon, I just think of the drink. And
Oh yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
I just can't take it serious.
Armored Core 6 Fires of San Pellegrino. This trailer is really good though. I love this trailer. I think I mentioned
their Armored Core trailers are always really cool.
There's a bit that I keep coming back to because I really think it just looks amazing, and it's the bit with the choppers.
We talked about that. Go on.
Wasn't the last Armored Core like 10 years ago or something?
9 years ago was Armored Core V, Armored Core 5.
Oh, look at this. Do it again. There it is. Look how cool that is.
I think I talked about that ages ago, where there's nothing cooler than a big jet popping flares, right? You can put that in any trailer. You can sell me anything if you put that in the trailer.
It's another thing that's cheating, which is just helicopters flying, but they're at like a 45-degree angle whilst they're doing shit. It just looks cool.
I'm so excited to see because like Steve said, it's been 10 years since an Armored Core game, and since then they've done all the Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, and now Elden Ring, and I'm so excited to see what this is going to be, and it's like next year. This come out of nowhere.
My only issue with this, and it's right at the end, PS4.
Oh yeah, but like Elden Ring was on last gen, right? And it was fine.
Yeah, but that should have been it. That should have been like the cut-off point, I feel.
Oh, I don't know. Take it up with what's his name, Miyazaki.
Josh is mad because
I'll sneak on stage.
He's like, those paws with their PS4s are ruining my games.
PS4's been out for like 10 years. PS5's
no one
been out for like.
a PS5. That's why they keep making the PS4.
Yeah, no one can get a PS5.
You can definitely get a PS5 now.
You can get but no one can afford a PS5. Everything's going more expensive.
Oh, people can afford
They're
PS5s.
doing people a favour, and you're like, how dare
Christmas
they hold back for those paws?
People just don't want to pull the trigger because there's like, there's not enough games, and then it's like, well, here's another one, and they're like, no, it's not enough games. Okay, here's another one. No, it's not. It's like, when do you like? Come on. Yes, I have a PS5, but that's irrelevant.
Those rich person problems. Not enough people are buying PS5.
Is this some kind of poor person thing that I'm too rich to not understand? Like, I don't get it. Matt in chat just said Kingdom Hearts 4 is the answer. That is incorrect. Final Fantasy 16 is the answer, and here it is. Final trailer of the night.
This trailer looked so good.
This trailer is amazing. I think I watched it on the morning, when it was all new, and I was like, this looks really good. And it wasn't until I was talking to Laura about it, and she said, oh yeah, FF16, yeah, that sounds cool, I'll watch that. So we watched it again, and it was almost second time I watched this. I was like, oh my god, this looks so good.
I think for me, because the last time we saw an FF16 trailer, it was definitely like Primal versus Primal. It was like big spectacle fights versus like the big creatures, and whereas this one showed a lot more of like the day-to-day fighting, like the dudes just wailing on enemies, and it made me like, oh yes, I want this game. Unfortunately it does have the release date of 22nd of June, and it does say at the end of the trailer it's like it's PS5 exclusive until 2024 basically.
Yeah, it's I mentioned earlier about release dates of Street Fighter 5 and how we would get into that. So the biggest issue I'm having, at least personally right now, is Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, and Street Fighter 6 all come out within about 2 weeks of each other in June.
It's June.
Okay.
It's February and June next year.
I can solve this.
I know what you're going to say, and it's true.
Street Fighter 6 servers are going to be shocking.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 is not going to be that good. So you can just play with
It'll be better than Final Fantasy.
See, my answer, which I think will happen, is just straight up those 3 games I listed: Diablo 4, Final Fantasy, Street Fighter. One of those games will get delayed.
It's get delayed.
I think everyone's like, oh, June's going to be stacked or whatever. I'm like, half those games won't come out. I'm sure of it.
Things change, things move around. And developers have been known, if stuff is too stacked, to push stuff back by like 4 to 6 weeks.
True.
And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, final polish." Well, it's like it's fine. It's like it's more for me because now I can actually play it and appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be an expensive month, June and February. But that's the entirety of the show. Solid show, by the way. At least in my opinion. Bravo, Geoff. You did.
I know we don't have time to probably go over like the actual game awards, but like congrats to Elden Ring for winning Game of the Year.
So Elden Ring won Game of the Year. God of War scooped up like 3 or 4 other awards.
Basically everything else.
It did do very well, but
I stand by. I said Elden Ring will win.
Yeah.
Anyone that played God of War would have voted God of War.
Yeah. I still think God of War is the better experience of the two personally, but it's like the whole thing of like, haha, screw you, God. It's like I played both Elden Ring and God of War. I am fine. I don't care who wins.
Gaming won last year,
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm not like 10 anymore, having to decide if I want a Wii or a PS3. Like I'll just buy everything. That's good. Like I love the games. I'll play everything that's good. But yeah, solid show. Pacing was not better than previous Game Awards.
It really did go by. It was late for me as well. So like I had no. By the time it started, I had no buffer for like any weird bullshit. But it sort of went along at a good pace. I was entertained.
Yeah. There are some other news stories here. Haven't got time to go through them now, but I'll leave them in the YouTube video below if people want to read them on Tuesday. It's about Microsoft.
Do the funny one.
What's the funny one?
The bike. It's white. The one when Days Gone.
Oh, the Days Gone director is still being a knob. Like,
read the quote. Read the quote.
I'll read the quote, and then you can do what games are coming out.
Don't make him. Come on. Don't make him do
it. Read the quote.
Where's I can't even find the quote.
Go down, and it's number 2 in the.
It had reviewers. This is about Days Gone on PS4. It had reviewers who couldn't be bothered to actually play the game. And it had woke reviewers who couldn't handle a gruff white biker looking at his date's ass.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I love
One of the best games on PS4, by the way. It's just got a bit of a madman at the helm.
It's you and John Garvin, and that's it.
and I played it at a discount as well, so I'm one of the people that he hates. But yeah, there's like I said, there's other news stories here about some stuff with the Activision Blizzard buyout from Microsoft and Elden Ring's getting Coliseum stuff. I'll leave it all below. We did the important news, which I wanted to talk about, which was obviously the shit ton of announcements.
Yes.
That
Steve.
was a fun part,
what's coming out, Steve?
Okay, so on the 13th we have Crisis Core FF7 Remastered.
Oh shit.
This is coming to both PlayStation and PC day one. So this will be a.
Is this the remaster or the full remake?
Remaster.
This is remaster.
Right,
this one is the I think this was a PSP game originally.
It was. I played it.
Yeah, I played it. I have it somewhere in a box.
I have never played it, so I'm quite excited for this one.
It's pretty
It was
good.
okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, this is being remastered. Next, I always like to put throw in like a game that's a bit of a Hail Mary. This one's called on the 13th. We have Infinite Guitars, which looks like it's not a JRPG, so an RPG with like rhythm mechanics in it. Like when you use a skill, you have to do like a little Guitar Hero rhythm game. It looked okay. I was like, this game, unfortunately, the music kind of like made me interested in it, and you can't hear it on this podcast, but you should give the trailer a little watch if you're listening.
Cool.
And also on the 13th, we have High on Life.
Oh no! I mean, cool.
This is the Rick and Morty creator game with the guns that speak to you.
Guy turned himself into a pickle, by the way. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Funniest shit I've ever seen. I'm gonna try this.
I'm
on Game Pass.
I'm gonna try it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Sam's about to be sick. That's fine.
I was gonna say on the 14th, it's a very slow week for games this week. On the 14th, we have Witcher 3 Next Gen Update, which if you own the Witcher 3, you'll get the Next Gen Update for free, and it is also coming to all like the consoles and stuff, and the DLC's been given with it or something. I'm not sure.
For the 7 people that haven't played Witcher 3.
Yeah. But this, people are really loving The Witcher right now, so this could be a good reason to go back, especially since like Cyberpunk, it had its renaissance, recently.
I like that. They made Geralt sexier. Nice.
Save some women for the rest of us, Geraldo.
On the 15th, we have the Vampire Survivors DLC.
Oh yes. What's it called? It's like Moon of the something.
Something.
Just clicking the first link that appears. Legacy of Moonspell.
Yeah.
From what I remember, it's like 10 new weapons, 1 new map.
Says it's $2.
8 new characters.
8 new characters, 10 new. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so but if you like Vampire Survivors, this will be an insta buy.
It's also $2 again. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They hate money. It's the only reason.
I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
They could release this DLC for like 15 quid, and I'd be like, I probably owe you that at this point. It's fine.
On the 16th, we have 2 betas, which are quite notable. First of all, we have Street Fighter 6 beta. If you want to sign up for that, you have some time still.
Yep, closed beta for Street Fighter 6.
Yep, and then the other one is the Dark and Darker playtest is on the 16th as well.
Oh yeah.
Which
that weird medieval not hunt game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not hunt,
Dungeons and Dragons and Battle Royale.
This game just looks. I'm sorry, it looks so unappealing.
But apparently it's really good. It looks like trash, but apparently it plays really well.
It's like like the fucking Thief from 1985 or something. Like, like Oblivion. Maybe it looks like Morrowind or Oblivion or something. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah, they are apparently like really updating this game. It's still like a test. But...
Q4 2023.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a year.
Trust me, the last test I played a little bit of it. It felt early. They need the time.
Yeah. Is it too early to? I know I'm like actively sabotaging what you're getting people to play, but like, is it too early to even like beta test? If you just want a demo, is it too early to play? I was going to say
I played it and was like, I'll wait for it to be later. But we know people who are really into this game and they can't wait for the 16th. So
because there are certain betas where you play it and you're like, I'll play like an early demo. That's cool. And then there are other betas you play where it's like, oh no, I am actively testing this game. I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, this is definitely their testing. They're like stress testing and balance testing. Yeah.
It's like, again, we can't talk about it unfortunately, but myself and Will played a very early alpha for a game, and it was a game I was like, I'm interested in playing that, I'll check that out. And then we played it, I was like, oh, what? It's actually an alpha, it's actually broken and shit.
Yeah.
I'll come back in a year.
Put your guesses to what game that is in the comments below.
Yeah, and I won't read them out loud because that will give you hints as to what it is. What's up next, Steve?
That's it. That is a very slow week for games.
Oh, not really. You got High on Life. That's what it's called, right?
And Final Fantasy
Also,
7.
a new hunt event on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, where everything is on fire. You can be that dog from the meme where everything is fine as you're surrounded
Everything
by-
is fine. I think it's so. We don't have to get into this, but I think it's so insane that you play Hunt for a while, you get a sense of what they can and can't do with their engine, and they've always said like, yeah, we're not doing rain or snow or whatever, and then they just pull this out of basically nowhere. No one was expecting this, and then they're like, what if everything was just on fire?
They messed up because they've now set the bar way too high. My expectations are now through the roof.
Yeah. It's so weird.
It's like next event where it's like, we need you to go around and pick up eggs for Easter. And it's like, well, last event you set the world on fire. How about something a bit more interesting?
Yeah.
Sam, you've got to boot up the event and flex on it with your 3070 new card.
I'll give it a go.
That's all I ask. Just crank it to max, hop in and see how many frames you get. See if the world catches on fire before your graphics card. But yeah, it's cool stuff. It is cool stuff. I guess that's everything for the week then. So we'll wrap this up and we'll call it a night. Thank you for listening, everybody. It's been cool having you all here as always. We'll do our socials and we'll get out of here. My name is Josh, aka BottlerWorks. You can find me at BottlerWorks on basically everything. How about you, Will?
Hello. You know where to find me.
And how about you, Steve?
I am Quikwix on everything.
And Sam.
Still Sam, baby.
He's getting lazier and lazier every week. I'm going to catch you off guard next week somehow.
Right, I am ill. That's my excuse.
That's fair enough. Anyway, we'll sign off now. Thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.